time for Cigar Talk, the fastest growing cigar show in the nation. Whether you're a new cigar enthusiast or a cigar aficionado, we have something for everyone, bringing you the best interviews, cigar reviews, and weekly giveaways. So grab yourself a cigar.
It's time to light 'em up.
Welcome back to Cigar Talk. I'm your host, Rob Jones. We got Bryant Falconer, co-host extraordinaire.
He just destroyed it.
I did. I was all excited. Anyway, we do have a fantastic co-host. We got Bryant Falconer, dude. You know, I was on, and go ahead. How you doing, man?
Thank God, I'm doing good.
So here's what I want to tell you, though. I'm in a few different podcaster groups, and I see, people asking for help or asking opinions or whatever.
Gotcha.
And, I'll occasionally say something. I don't really say much because I'm trying to have a good impression on these people.
Yeah, so, be quiet.
I found that silence is golden.
Silence.
But anyway,
silence of the hams.
Somebody had asked a question. They were like, "Hey, I'm tired of doing a show by myself. Would you say it would be better to start doing interviews or get a co-host?" And everybody was like, just start doing interviews. A co-host is ridiculous. They're a pain in the ass, blah, blah, blah. And I was like,
he's like, yes, he is.
No, man. I was like, hey, man, I was lucky. I got a great co-host, and he's just like, we're friends.
Yeah.
We're not like show people.
No.
And he gave me a thumbs up.
Okay. All right.
Right. He wasn't like, oh, good to know.
All right.
He was just like, thanks.
Yay.
Hey, so let's talk about what we're smoking tonight. I'm going to let you have the honor.
Definition Cigars, prolific.
We've become big fan.
The yellow.
No, I like the green. The Cameroon. Cameroon knocks
but you can't keep them in.
Right. But no, I have fastly. Is that what you would say?
Okay.
Fastly?
Rapidly.
No, I have quickly become a huge fan
of Definition.
Cigars.
Yeah.
They've really, wow.
Yes.
And you don't see a lot of new companies that blow you away.
Not coming out the gate. Baby.
A lot of new cigar companies have sent us cigars, and a lot of them I don't talk about.
No, we don't.
I don't say nothing bad about them.
Just don't say anything.
I don't. Yeah, just if you can't say something nice, don't say anything. And so when a new cigar startup sends you a cigar, you're like, all right, I'm gonna smoke it.
Got to get prepared.
Right. And then when it blows you away,
you're like, wait a minute.
You're like, wow. That's like OM cigars.
Oh, yes.
Those are fantastic.
Yes.
And, I wish we had them available here, but, we don't.
Hard.
But it's awesome when you get surprised by these new companies.
Most definitely. Somebody can come in and quality.
Yeah.
Quality from the look.
And
to
from the get-go.
Oh, man, to everything. Construction.
From the
get-go. You look at them, and even their Viatolos, the red, the blue, the green, the silver, that's what we know them by, really. I just want a silver. We can't say a band.
The maroon.
The maroon. Yeah, man. It's everything that they've put out is a quality cigar, and it's just weird because straight out the gate, they've hit a home run.
Yeah,
man.
you would be like...
You'd expect one of them to be...
pretty good.
Yeah, or...
No, that's how I would be.
Yeah.
I would expect one of them to be pretty good.
When you keep getting... You try another one, a different band and a different style, a different Viatola, and you're like, okay, one of these has to be bad.
Right. And they really knocked it out of the park with each one. Because it's a cigar that stands on its own.
Yes, sir.
Anyway,
what you smoking?
I am smoking the cigar that I saved the longest this year. I wanted to smoke it for the new year. And I know the show we did last week was the new year. But this is like my new year. I'm going back to work. And so this is my last,
Okay. And what is it?
It is a Arturo Fuente Opus X. This is the Forbidden Lost City.
Somebody got their stimulus check.
Woohoo! No, I haven't. Speaking of that, did you know that some people get their stimulus checks on a debit card?
Those that were H&R Block?
I don't know.
Yes, because they give them those green cards, those emerald cards.
I don't know how it works. I'm just saying that's bullshit.
Yeah, it is.
Because if they're sending out cards, they're sending a lot of them to their buddies. You know what I mean? I mean, it's a debit card.
Why?
I'm just saying.
Why?
Say it, I don't trust those sons of bitches
At all.
So
I want my money.
That's right.
Give me money. Let me go to a window and some old dude counts it out to me.
That's how I want it right there. In crisp $100 bills.
I want brand new $1 bills. I want 600 brand new $1 bills. The strip club is calling me.
Man.
No, it would never.
Yeah, no, thank you.
No, I got to fund my own kids' education. No, never, ever.
Hey, so anyway, I'm smoking this Lost City, dude, and it's a great smoke. Good. It really is. You said you never had one.
Never had one.
This is only my third one.
Oh. So it really was your stimulus check.
No, I haven't got mine yet.
He gets one every January.
Whether he needs it or not.
He gets a 1. So, how was your vacation?
It was good, man. It was good. Went visited family up in Cleburne. Went by the Paladin, hung out there, smoked cigars with my cousin Mark.
Yeah.
He met me. He's from Blue Mound.
Blue Mound?
Yeah, that's up by Louisville.
Okay.
And so, anyway, man, it was a great time. The funny thing is, I picked him out a stick, and it just knocked him in the dirt.
As in knocked him in the dirt for real?
I'm just saying he got lightheaded. His stomach wasn't feeling good. No. So
you set him up for failure. You probably asked him, did you eat?
What?
No, let me go get them.
Here's the deal. Hindsight, I did set him up for failure. I got him but I picked out a Aladino Corojo. Not the Reserva, just the Corojo. And in general, Corojo has the least amount of nicotine. So that's what I was going for.
So he's not a
regular cigar smoker.
That's another reason.
And so anyway, we went and ate, and he felt better. We went back, and he went in there with the tobacconist, and the tobacconist picked him out a Oliva, Connecticut.
Okay.
And I was like, that's why you always go see the tobacconist.
And not your cousin.
Because, I don't know how much you smoke.
Yeah.
And so
he had a better conversation with the tobacconist.
The tobacconist
was taken care of.
Questions.
You was just being the same old Rob.
I'm like, this is a great show.
It is, but not for you.
Right. So you know what? But hindsight, I look back and I was like, man, I blew that. I really blew that.
You held on to your reputation.
I did. So anyway, but it's good times.
Yeah.
And anyway, I worked a week already. Came back and taking a 3-day weekend.
Today was my first day back. 2 weeks.
Wow, how was that, dude? That's what when I've never taken more than 1 week at a time, and at the end of 1 week. I'm usually out in the backyard with my pistol going, is it worth it?
No. I actually went back to 1,300 emails. And I stopped counting how many calls I missed. And it was just like, we need you for this. We need you for that. We need you for this. We need you for that. We need this. We need that. And we're getting ready to redo the committees. Would you chair this one? No. I just want to be a part of.
Right.
I just want to be a part. I just want to work. I don't want any more responsibility. I'm tired of that, man. Just let me work for a year. God, man. But the vacation was great, man. I got a great Christmas gift from my wife.
That was cool.
The punch, the 25 egg rolls. Oh man, I'm gonna love that. But it was just like I got time to spend alone, just me, and that was perfect.
Yeah, alone time is good.
Especially after going through all that job, I just wanted to be me.
Look at that ash, man.
I'm telling you. Yeah. It's worth your stimulus check. It better look good. It better look good, smoke good, taste good, blow good.
Hey, well, I did have to skew it.
Oh.
I mean,
that's a scary thing, though.
Here's the thing. I mean, I'm sure a lot of guys know what skewing a cigar means, but we have a tool here that has a barb on it.
I mean, that's Moby Dick's harpoon.
Right. It's a harpoon.
It is.
And you put it through your cigar and then pull it out. And it's supposed to, and it usually does, open up the aerating ability more. Yeah. And so, but there's a downside is if your cigar is too tight or too dry or both, it'll split it right down the side. And then now I can't even smoke.
You're mad.
So I was very nervous about doing that with this cigar. I was like, you know, I can get a draw. Maybe it'll get better. And then I'm like, you know what? I want to enjoy it. I don't want to be messing with that.
So he took a chance.
And it worked.
That's the blessing of it. It really is.
So let's get into our sponsors.
Yes, sir.
We got great sponsors. We're so blessed. I mean,
elegant.
We've got Case Elegance.
Yes.
They've actually sent us the Octador humidor.
That means how many doors?
Dude, there's 8.
8?
Not doors, it's sides.
Octador.
And so, anyway, you're going to see, we've got it right there in the box.
Yes, sir.
We haven't opened it yet. We wanted to open it on the video and show you just, you know, when you order from these guys, they take care of everything.
Most definitely.
Dude, when you get the humidor, they send you an email and it's like, hey, do you need help setting up your humidor? Dude.
Quality. That's taking care of the consumer.
And then, I mean, they send other emails saying, hey, make sure you do this. If you're having this result, check this out. You know, dude, I mean, the age of customer service has changed so much. And it's really amazing.
Thank you, Amazon.
When you, dude, do they even have a customer service?
It's Guido.
So anyway, I love seeing the emails checking up on you.
That is good because that means that they care about who you are, which their product being in your hands and you being happy with what they provided to you.
Absolutely.
That's beautiful, man.
And so we're going to do a review video.
Yes, sir.
And on the review video, we're going to tell the content, or not the contents, the rules of the contest
to win
an Octador from Case Elegance. So anyway, go by their website, check out their Instagram.
Yes,
we
sir.
have a link underneath our show notes.
Yes, sir.
So you can go check them out. Anyway, let me tell you something. The Leaf. Well, you were there Sunday.
Yes, sir.
We watched the Cowboys lose.
And the 49ers lost too, so I can't say nothing.
You know what? It's like I really had no expectations of them winning.
Gotcha.
I mean, you know, the season's over.
Yeah.
And I know they could have made the playoffs, but to get hammered by the first team, because, I mean, dude, they looked ugly against the Giants.
Those other teams in the playoffs.
They're for real.
Yeah.
And so whoever the NFC East is shindig up there, I'm expecting them to get blown out. Yeah. That's my prediction for the Super Bowl. It won't be Washington.
But we were able to sit there at the Leaf and enjoy ourselves in the room, man.
And you know, I was sitting, and you know, we sat at the other end of where we normally sit, and just how much you can relax at the Leaf. And, you know, it's just like, in fact, I sent a picture to a friend of mine who owns a lounge up in McKinney. And I was like, dude, this is where I am at right now. And he was like, where's that? That looks awesome.
The Leaf.
Like, that's the Leaf in Abilene.
1166 North 2nd.
Boom. And then we have McAuliffe. McAuliffe Cigars have been with us for a long time. And we are just like blown away by the way they are setting the tone in the cigar industry.
Yes, sir.
And, you know, I'm telling you right now, these guys are our sponsors. I'm going to talk them up. But here's the thing. Even if they weren't a sponsor, they are blowing it up.
Yes.
The programs, the ambassador program, the programs that they've done with the shops, you know, the Phoenix program. And then they did the unlimited inventory. Dude, I mean, that is helping brick and mortars like
stay afloat, baby.
Wow.
Stay afloat.
In a pandemic year, I saw people who are ambassadors say that they had some of their very best months because of the McAuliffe event.
Yes, sir.
So these guys are taking care of their ambassadors, they're taking care of their consumers, and they're taking care of their brick and mortar. And they just, I mean, they're trailblazers at what they're doing.
I like that, trailblazers.
I mean, really, dude, I mean, nobody else is doing these things.
No.
And these guys, it's like, wow, how can you not support the McAuliffe name, seeing what they do in the industry?
It would be hard. It would be, as they say, asinine. Because they do everything they can for you. Everything they can. All their programs, all their ideas, all their, it's all about the brick and mortars and the consumers.
And dude, think about this. Their price range on their cigars.
What is it?
4 to 42.
Yeah, 4 to 42.
4 to 42. And you're getting quality sticks.
Yes, sir.
I mean, dude, I don't want to tell you what I smoked last night because I'm going to tell you a little bit later. So anyway, I'm just going to say, man, they make phenomenal cigars at a price point that anybody can smoke their sticks.
Tell the truth.
So go by, look down in the show notes, and you'll see a link down to sign up to be a McAuliffe ambassador.
Show notes.
And be a part of the family, man.
Yes, sir. Come on, John.
So anyway, let's get to our top 6.
Pick six.
Yes,
Who's
sir.
going first?
I'm going to let you go first.
Okay. My first, which is not number 1, but it's my first, it's a Project 40 Maduro.
Oh, good stick. Good stick. That is, you know what? I've only smoked a couple of those, but they are very rich.
Very rich.
You know what I mean? It's got that really dark, earthy soil taste
throughout.
Yeah,
throughout.
But it's rich.
It's rich.
I mean, I don't know.
Good.
It's like if you're eating that chocolate cake where it's so good, but it's so rich.
You just keep.
That's how it is on that cigar. It's like, dude, that's good.
And then the Oldman Toro, the one that you gave me.
Which one?
Oldman Toro. Old man or Oldman.
I don't know that cigar.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
God, he gave
that's
it to me.
6x60.
Can you believe?
Anyway, how'd you like it?
How long have you been? It made my pick 6. That's how great I
know,
liked
but
it.
I mean, tell me about it.
Man, it was a great stick.
Was
rich,
it bold?
It was peppery.
Really?
I love that pepper. Especially in the last third, I retrohead. I was like, "Ooh, yes, it's still here. It's still here."
I'm going to tell you why I didn't remember the name.
Why?
Because I didn't buy that stick for you. I never said I did. I just said, "Hey, I got something for you." Anyway,
it was
the cigar
nice.
shop owner of the Paladin gave me that stick.
It's a good stick,
and
man.
so he was excited about it. And when I saw it was a 6x60, I was like, "Man, that's more Brian's thing."
Yeah.
Instead of me hogging it, I gave it to you.
Thank you.
So technically, I gave it to you, but I wanted you to know the backstory of where it came from.
Where it actually came from.
Right.
So it wasn't you.
Right.
All right.
I mean, I gave it
It
to
was you were the conduit.
I didn't smoke it.
We know that.
So anyway, what did you think about it?
I did. I liked it, man. I liked it.
How was the draw?
The draw was perfect.
Really?
It was a perfect draw. The entire stick. Bellows of smoke. It was earthy, a little leather. The spice, like I said, the spice wasn't overpowering until the last third when it hit me. I was like, "Oh yeah, it's still there." But it was a great stick all the way through, man.
And if I'm gonna have some pretty spicy pepper hit me, I like it at the end. You know what I mean? I don't want that on the first third.
On the first third, no, because then it sets.
It's too much.
Yeah, and then the rest of the stick, I'm like, okay, where is it? Where is it? And it's not there. It hit me at the end. I was like, "Oh yeah, it's still here."
Yeah,
and I love that. My number 3, which would be my number 1 this week, was a gift from Jay, and it was the Roma Craft Cro-Magnon Black Irish.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yes.
I saw you got that cigar, and I knew right away.
Black Irish, baby. Black Irish.
All right, so I'm going to tell you right now.
Don't hate.
Oh, you ain't heard my list.
Don't hate. He hurried up
hating.
and got away from me when I said the Black Irish. You see that? He was like, okay, get the kids off the stage.
I'm done listening.
The grown-ups are here.
Because let me tell you what. I got 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to start with number 3. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
the McAuliffe A.
Okay.
Dude, I've had a McAuliffe A sitting in my humidor for about 2 weeks.
How?
And it's been the only one.
You didn't know it was there?
No. Well, kinda. I found it about a week ago. And I was like, oh, I moved it over so I would not forget where it was.
Okay.
But anyway, dude, those are great sticks.
Always.
And for $7.20, $7.80,
Yes,
dude,
sir.
it's crazy.
Yes, sir.
Okay, my next cigar,
Talk to me.
last night while I was editing last week's show, I smoked an Opus X 20-year anniversary.
Yeah, he got his stimulus, y'all. He's splurging.
Dude, did you see the picture?
Oh, yeah, I did see that.
That's a good looking
That's
stick,
a bad
huh?
looking stick, bro.
And then
He don't know what he doing.
for my number one this week,
Yeah.
it's the cigar I'm smoking. It is the Arturo Fuente Opus X Lost City.
Thank you, Congress.
So anyway,
Yes, sir.
you know what? Those are both great.
Oh, yes.
Those 6 cigars right there.
We know.
Dude,
We know.
I mean, that would be, shoot, I would love to have those on a more regular basis.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We'd have to work somewhere else than our regular job.
No, I just need somebody to send me some more of them stimulus checks. That's all
I hear you,
need.
bro. I hear you.
So anyway, we're going to talk about what makes a good humidor.
Yes, sir.
So, one of the first things that I look at is the quality of the construction. And what I mean by that is how tight are the corners? How tight does the lid fit down?
Oh, yeah, you got to have that tight.
Does it just lift right up, or does it feel like it's got a little,
You hear
right?
that? Something
Right.
like that, yeah.
And then one of the other biggest things that I think that a lot of guys make mistakes at on the humidor is they don't smoke cigars that often.
So they just sitting there.
So no. But what they think to themselves is, oh, well, I could get just a small humidor that holds like 30. And then I promise you, if you do
Yes.
that, you'll be buying a new humidor
Soon.
very soon,
Very
because 30 is not even how many I take when I go out of town
Especially here.
for the weekend.
Not for the weekend, for a day trip.
So I'm just saying that if you are serious enough to buy a humidor, you're serious enough to buy 100 count
Yeah.
or higher.
Off the bat.
Right.
Straight out the gate.
Don't
play
start
with
with
a
a
30.
30, a 40, a 50.
No.
Jump to 100.
Yep.
And because you also have to realize that the humidification system that you put in there is going to take up some of the
space,
room.
yeah.
So a 30 is actually more like a 24 to 26.
And that's just 2 boxes.
Right. Well, no, that's only one box. That's not even one box. A box is 20.
What are you buying? Got them what's in one of them a 10 in there.
Well, different companies, different cigars come in different counts.
Yeah.
The Reserva comes in a box of 5, to where the Medallia, I want to say, comes in a box of 24.
Phillies come in a pack of 5.
Right? I don't know that. I've never smoked
Yeah,
one of those.
right.
I haven't.
You haven't? Smart man. Very smart man.
No, whenever I was growing up, the only one I was ever around that smoked cigars was my uncle. Mark's dad.
Okay.
But he smoked those cigars that had the plastic filter tip on them.
Black in my house?
I don't know if it's Black and Miles.
You got to be kidding me.
No. Wow. But that's all he smoked. And looking at that, I was like, I don't want to try that.
Yeah, because you had your cigarettes and you were cool with
Right,
them.
right,
You was
right,
a cool
yeah.
guy with your pack of sticks.
Oh, yeah.
You got me some
Dude,
squares.
I used to smoke Lucky Strikes with no filters.
Jesus.
Did you?
No.
Dude, because I started. Dude, and that was a step down because I started with clove cigarettes.
Oh, okay.
And,
And you went from cloves to Lucky Strikes?
yeah, no filter. Because the cloves don't have filters.
No. But, God.
I'm not saying it was a good thing.
Yeah, we know it wasn't a good thing.
And did you know I smoked cigarettes for 24 years.
How long did I smoke?
And then when I quit smoking.
Me too. I had 19 years.
19
years.
I don't consider cigars smoking.
No.
I consider it puffing.
Because that's what
In fact,
You don't inhale.
at the end of the show tonight, I want to hear you say, keep puffing.
From now on, keep puffing.
Boom. Done.
Puffing. Puffing.
And then there will be a little pause, and then it'll be Puff the Magic Dragon.
Nah, bro, leave it alone.
Okay. All right.
You lost everybody with that. Now go back to the humidor.
Okay.
I want to learn about this humidor.
And then find a humidification system that works for you. And what I recommend, and they're not sponsors. I love these guys' product. I think they're the best in the business. But Bovetta, you just put a pack of whatever you need in there. If you want it to be 68, 72, put your Bovetta pack in there. It'll stay good until that bag is no longer gellable.
It starts to feel like a wafer.
Yeah. And then you just put it in another bag. You don't have to season. I saw a guy on TikTok who gives out cigar advice, and I didn't leave a comment, which was good.
Thankful.
Yeah, you asked me earlier if I'd done anything good.
Yeah.
Bam.
There's 3 in a decade.
I didn't say anything negative about this guy's
we
post.
got 3 in a decade.
He opened up the box and took out a paper towel and dipped it in water and then started wiping it up. You don't want to use a paper towel.
Nope.
You want to use a sponge.
Because the paper towel does what?
It splinters.
Yes.
It comes off and it becomes in the wood.
Yes.
And then it keeps that water and then it becomes mold.
Yep.
So anyway, I wanted to help the guy, but I was like, you know what? It's his platform. I don't want to step on his toes.
Let him be him.
Yeah. So anyway, but that's a big mistake.
Yes.
It
really is.
I actually did mine one time with a wash rag.
That's even worse.
Yeah. And so, I went to the sponge after I did a lot of research because you would think that would be easy to find, but there was actually other people giving wrong advice.
Yeah. Again.
Right. So anyway, and it needs, I saw where they recommend using like no chemical sponges, because nowadays there's all kinds of stuff, everything. Anyway, so
what kind of water do you use?
You want to use a distilled water, or there's several companies that make like that solution. And man, I can't recall the name of the company or the name of the chemical, but it's basically that gel stuff that you put in. And you know what? I don't think it does a better job than just distilled water, but I don't want to mess with distilled water. I just want to do the Bovetta packs because it cuts out. Yeah. I don't have to do anything. Yeah. Look, we got this big humidor, and that's what I use.
I got one, and I got Bovetta packs in mine.
Right. So, and one of the other things that, on the construction of a humidor is that I love the Spanish cedar.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir.
I know there's companies out there that do some in some other woods, but we know Spanish cedar works.
Yeah.
And so I think, and that's one of the things that also adds to the beauty of the inside of the box is that Spanish cedar.
Yeah, because Spanish cedar allows it to absorbs that moisture and it releases evenly. That's why they want that Spanish cedar in there. And then it has a great smell to it.
It really does. Dude, out at the Leaf.
Oh my God, yes.
If you haven't been down to the Leaf, you got to go check out the humidor. It's like 30 feet long, and it's cedar from floor to ceiling and the ceiling. And when you walk in there, it's like, I smell heaven. Yeah, exactly. So anyway, the cedar though is super important.
Yes.
You know what? I've seen guys use other things, and that's fine.
That's on them. Yeah.
If you want to use a Tupperware bowl,
and I've seen that.
If you want to use a jar,
I haven't seen that though.
Well, let me tell you something. That's fine if that's what you want to use, But until you step up to a real humidor, you're not a cigar smoker.
Man, he put it out there bluntly. You're not a cigar smoker. You're just playing.
No, I'm just
You're
messing
wasting
with
your
you.
time.
I'm just messing with you. But you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Think about this. Even Tim Rickman went and bought a humidor.
He just threw his best friend.
I'm just saying,
his friend from forever.
He went and bought a humidor. If Tim buys a humidor,
then you know you need one.
If you're smoking cigars, you need a humidor.
Yeah. I even take cedar strips and put them in my travel pack to keep them in there with the Bovita because it allows it. And then I get it. Just to me, it's like when I open it up, it's still the same as my humidor because I have the same exact elements in my travel that I have in my humidor, and my sticks have never been dry. I've never had an issue with them, so I just keep walking that walk with it. So, what about?
Okay, now, you're gonna ask a question. I got another thing for you.
Go ahead.
So the other thing is, you need to be able to determine the actual humidity and heat.
That's what I was going to ask. That's the question I was getting ready to ask. What would you?
I've heard people of even putting their cigars in like a Tupperware bowl and thinking that it was okay to put it in the fridge or the freezer.
That's too cold.
That's a huge no.
Yeah, it's too cold.
Because here's the thing. When you put it in the cold elements, it sucks all the humidity out of the cigar. So that's a no-go. Yep. But yeah, anyway, I don't recommend using those, but you got to have a hydrometer.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. What about hydrometers?
And there's many different kinds. You know, I think the ones that look attractive are the old style dials. But from what I've read, they are so inaccurate that you have to get a digital to calibrate it. And so why not just go with the digital? And so, you know, that's your personal preference, though. That's not like, you know, the standard. Whatever you like, that's what you should get. But, you know, for me, I want it digital. I want to be able to look and see what it is. I've got the Bovetta Butler that, you know, is you calibrate it before you turn it on or once you turn it on, and then it's good to go. I look at it on my phone anytime to see what the humidity is.
It syncs with your phone.
And, right. Okay. And then also the temperature. Okay. And so, and you know, the great thing about this Newegg humidor is that it has the temperature gauge. So I can just set it for whatever I want. So with the combination of the Bovettas and the Newegg, I mean, it's like nice. You don't have to mess with it.
You don't have to worry about it. You sit up there and look. Like you said, if you put it on your phone, you always know.
Right. Well, you know, the thing about it is, though, with a traditional style humidor, you're still good. I mean, as long as your humidor's in the house. You know what I mean? I mean, for the guys keeping it out in the garage or the tool shed, I understand that you need to do something about the temperature because you don't want your cigars getting that cold or that hot, depending on where you live. But I don't think that you would need to worry about it ever in your home because, you know, I mean, I don't know what you guys are, but we're 65 to 75 and usually way low.
Look at that.
Yeah. So it's my wife likes it cold in the house.
I like it cold in the house, but my wife likes it hot.
Yeah, I couldn't do that.
No. If I ever have a fan. But the things about a good humidor, it's an investment on your collection.
Oh,
because
absolutely.
You spend money on sticks.
Absolutely.
Like the
Opus X
that you have tonight. That's not something that you want to worry about it going bad.
I've saved the stick for 3 weeks.
See?
I don't want it sitting on the dashboard of my car. You know, let's take care of this.
Take care of it.
And that involves...
Because it was an investment.
Right. And the thing about it is I picked this up while I was out of town. This particular stick is not available to me here and locally. So...
You really want to enjoy it.
Right. And so do I want to smoke it up there because I know it's ready, or do I want to let it rest in my humidor?
Yes.
I'd like to let it rest.
Yes.
So whenever I do smoke it, it's at the optimal stage in its fertility.
Look at us. It's fertility. He said fertility. I wish they would have more. But people look at us like we're crazy because we say we want to take care of it because it's an investment, man. You're not spending...
Well, those people that look at you crazy, they're not real cigar smokers either.
They don't know. So I want to have a humidor that is going to protect my investment. So when I'm ready to smoke something, if I let it sit for a year, I want it to be ready and optimal when I'm ready to smoke it. So
Right.
that's just my mindset on it, man.
Well, you know, like the Octador.
Yeah.
What I love about that is it's a 100 count box. It has an accessory drawer at the bottom. So you keep your lighter, your cutter, and your travel case in the drawer.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Everything's in one place.
yeah, dude, that would be a dream come true for
Yes,
me
you know,
because I got stuff scattered.
As we saw you looking for a lighter earlier.
Dude,
Where is it?
Ask my son how many lighters I've pulled out from underneath the monitor.
And one of them was mine that you had for almost a year. I was like, man, I've been looking for this lighter.
Yeah. So, but you know, you just want a lighter to work.
Yes.
And so you have a good lighter and you find one that works, put it in that drawer every time.
Every time. You know
Don't
exactly
carry
what
it
is.
with you. You know what? Oh, you know what? We're gonna have a contest.
Uh-oh.
And I don't even have my lighter with me, the one I'm going to talk about. But you know what? I'll put a picture up on the YouTube video of the lighter that we're giving away.
Okay.
It is my personal Bugatti.
Oh, Lord.
I'm going to give the Bugatti lighter away. And in order
Bugatti away?
in order to qualify, I'm going to have a crazy rule. So let's see, like Pink Floyd said, see where you fans really stand.
Yes.
We're going to have fun. You ready to have some fun?
Yeah.
So on the YouTube video of this show, go down in the comments, leave a comment about the show, and the funniest comment wins. Now, here's the thing. Me, Luke, and Bryant are going to be the judges for the comedy. So whoever has the funniest remark about the show wins. That means you can say something funny you think of. You can say something mean.
That would be Rob's expertise.
You can critique.
The funny part would be me and Luke. The meanness would be Rob. Oh, yeah, that was really funny. Man, he called.
But here's the thing. In order to qualify for
No
this,
granddad jokes.
No. I'm leaving it wide open.
Oh, my God.
The funniest comment wins, and we will read them all, and then we will probably read a few on the next show. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Well, that are allowable.
Yeah, okay.
So anyway, here's the thing. You got to watch today's show on YouTube, and then you have to subscribe to Cigar Talk, and then like the video.
He's giving away a Bugatti, people.
And then, yeah, I mean, that's
He's
$100
giving away
bill.
that's a Bugatti, man.
Yeah. So,
You're talking about precision.
well, you know what? I was cleaning up today, and dude, I'm going to tell you right now, I've probably got somewhere in the neighborhood of about 18 lighters. And I was like, you know what? We should give one away. And then I thought, you know what? I'm going to give the Bugatti
The
away because
best
that's one of the
best.
best I have.
Yeah, the best of the best.
And so anyway, you look on Instagram, you'll see pictures of it. It's the aluminum with the
blue.
deep blue, the Cigar Talk blue.
Yeah, because that purple one ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, I know you ain't letting it go. But anyway, no, I thought that'd be fun to give that away. And so go by the YouTube channel,
4 good things in a
subscribe,
decade.
like this video, and then leave the funniest comment you can.
Got you, bro. That's going to be cool.
Yeah.
That's going to be cool. Like you said, we're going to see where the fans stand. See where they stand, baby.
So,
How you feel about us?
Woo! Hey, you know what? Have you ever heard somebody on a show invite that kind of feedback? Tell us what you really
Especially
think.
knowing us.
Well, Rob, you sounded pretty messed up earlier. All right, what are we drinking? Woodford.
You don't want to know what he was drinking early.
So anyway, hey, so let's hit up one more subject because I've been getting questions from a lot of guys on Instagram and through the email on the website. And so I want to answer this question on the show.
Okay.
So the questions are always, hey, have you smoked a Cuban? Where can I get Cubans?
Cuba.
Cuban. Yeah, all Cuban questions. And, I'm not here to say that I haven't ever smoked a good Cuban, but I've smoked a lot of bad Cubans.
Oh, yes.
And people will say, oh, well, they were fake. No, they weren't. I know the fake ones. And let me tell you, I had the experience once where a buddy of mine was going on a cruise and he was like, hey, what kind of cigars you want? I'll pick you up a box while I'm out on my cruise. And I was like, nah, it's okay, man. It's all good. And he was like, nah, man, I want to do this for you. I want to buy you a box. And I was like, nah, man, I'm good. And he was,
because you knew.
Right. So anyways, here's what I told him. I said, instead of buying me a box, buy me one cigar that costs $50.
Yeah.
And he was like, okay, that's what I'll do. Because I'm thinking your chances of getting a real cigar for $50 versus a box for 75,
is a lot greater.
Right.
Yeah.
So anyway, he comes back and he brings me a box.
He still bought a box
of Cohibas.
I knew he was going to say Cohiba.
Hey, and it was a shitty wooden box.
Yeah.
And it had a piece of plexiglass shoved down over the cigars. And then when you looked at the bands, it was like the square dots were like not in a straight line. And it was like, dude.
Counterfeit.
I never even opened it.
Wow.
I never opened it.
Did you take it down to the shelter and just pass it out?
You know what? We had it on the shelf as a decoration for a while.
Wow.
And I threw it away. I was like, I'm tired of looking at those shit cigars. Now,
what did you tell your friend?
I told him, I said, dude, those are fake. I'm not smoking them. I appreciate the gesture. But when I tell you,
just one, just listen.
You know what? I would have been much happier if he would have bought that box and took one out and handed it to me. So I was like, oh, you wasted $2.
Yes.
So anyway, no, but here's the thing about Cubans. I have smoked some that were what I consider to be a good stick. Mm-hmm. It wasn't phenomenal. It was a good stick. Mm-hmm. And I smoke a lot of good sticks. It's not like I'm always smoking the Lost City.
Yeah.
So, I was just like, you know what? I can't. I don't want to do that. And so,
I've had a lot of turd rockets that were fake Cubans. And then I was given one from Doc at the Leaf.
I actually got one from Doc, and that's one of the good ones.
That was a good one.
That was
and
a good
I was
one.
like,
and it wasn't
Dr. Bill.
Dr. Bill, and that was a good smoke.
It was a good smoke. It still wasn't the heavens opening up.
No, but it was good. It was probably one of the better Cubans you had smoked.
Yes, and I was like, okay,
and
this is. If this is the base,
right,
for Cuban,
but
okay,
it's not the base.
It's not. It was like.
And I think a lot of that has to do with counterfeiting.
Oh,
but then it also, because you never know if you're going to get a counterfeit. Dude, the guy that is a Instagram guru, Big Smoke over in, what is that, Dubai? Mm-hmm. He showed these boxes of Cohibas that were like, thousands of dollars. And they were fake. Mm-hmm. And the thing about it is, they had the serial numbers.
Everything.
They had the holograms. They looked like worth $1 million.
It's the dope game, baby.
Yeah. And so you would not know, maybe he knows.
Because see, my daughter she was over at Guantanamo for 2 years. And they would take the boat over to the mainland and she'd go shopping. And she called me one day, Daddy, this man is selling cigars. I was like, save your money.
Yeah.
She's like, no, but I was like, save your money. Don't worry about it. I'm good. But they're this price. I said, yeah, you better not buy them then.
You're like, just Venmo me $20 and I'll enjoy a couple of good sticks, honey.
Send it to me. Cash out. I'll be better.
Right.
But she was like, but I'm here. I said, yeah, but baby, you on the street.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're getting.
And I've heard that when you go to Cuba, the only place to get real cigars is at the factory.
Yeah.
Because they counterfeit them even there in Cuba.
Thank you.
Because they can make more money off of garbage.
And they can say it came from Cuba and the people's like, oh, yeah, they're real. No, they're not.
Right.
No, they're
even
not.
in Cuba, there's counterfeits.
Yes.
It's funny, man.
Yes.
It's crazy. So now, I will say this. I had a good friend out of Atlanta that sent me that 20-year-old Padron. Mm-hmm. He also sent me a Monte Cristo and a.
Did you smoke that Monte Cristo?
Listen, I'm not done. I'll get there. I'll get there. He also sent me a. He also sent me a Cohiba from Cuba.
Uh-huh.
So, of course, I smoked the Monte Cristo first.
And how was it?
It was not good. It was not
You
good.
better be glad it's this show because I wanted to say something. Pre-show out of went off.
Hey, even the Cuban edition of Monte Cristo sucks.
You got a counterfeit.
No.
You got a counterfeit.
This dude, he owned or worked at a cigar shop for like 15 years, and he bought these cigars by the like 10 boxes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was crazy. Mm-hmm. I mean, he sent me the Millennium Padron, and there wasn't that many made.
Mm-hmm.
And
So
when
you
I
got
looked
blessed.
it up,
How was that?
it was phenomenal. I didn't think a 20-year-old stick
Dude.
would hold up.
Dude, as we were just talking about humidors,
Now, I will say this,
and the
though.
right,
They have to be kept
Yes.
very well, because I'll tell you this too. I bought a collection of cigars from an estate, and I want to say I paid $100 for probably about 70 cigars. And I think I got maybe one good cigar out of that.
how long did you allow them to rest though?
Dude,
Oh,
they were done.
They were done when you got
They
them.
were done.
Oh, okay.
I mean, all the oils of
Were
the
gone.
tobacco were gone.
So they weren't taken
You
care
can't.
of.
Yeah, you can't bring it back from the dead.
No, you can't.
You know, if it's a little dry, you can bring it back.
But if it's dry,
yeah, if it's dead,
Yeah.
you're not bringing it back. So anyway, that's why I'm hesitant. I probably. I mean, you know Betty.
Mm-hmm.
It was her husband's.
okay.
And they were in boxes up in the leaf humidor, but all the boxes were airtight. So none of the humidity was getting in. And apparently there was none in there when they started.
Okay.
So anyway, the only one that I enjoyed was the Punch Aristocrat.
Punch.
It was like a 9, I want to say about a 9x48. And, that's way outside of what I would enjoy smoking, but it was a phenomenal
great.
stick.
It
Yeah,
was
it really
great.
was.
Okay.
And there was 5 of them, but only one of them was good.
It had to be. It was worth $100,
Right?
It better be.
I threw away a lot. And he had a lot of Cubans in there, and I threw those away. They were just horrible.
They were destroyed.
Yeah. So anyway, I had somebody email me today, actually 2 people, about the Cigar Talk retreat. I got to look and see if we want to really try to do that. If I do that, are you going to be there?
Hell yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna be mashed up though. I might come in a hazmat suit.
Well, and I told the person that asked me that I was thinking probably fall because we want to see how COVID does over the next, 8 months. Yeah, we want it cool enough to be outside. Hey, so, one of the other things I want to throw in right quick, we were talking about bourbon earlier.
Yes, sir.
And we haven't put out our newest top 10 bourbons.
Oh.
And we need to get together and come up with those over the next week. I don't want it random. I want it argued out.
Yes.
No, that's not going to make the list. Basically, what I'm telling you is I want to tell you what to write down.
Nah, Pimpin'. Ain't happening, Pimpin'. Ain't happening.
No, I want to do our top 10 of bourbons next week. And, on the parameters, it's got to be something that we've actually had over the last 12 months. It can't be Pappy Van Winkle.
Yeah.
I've never had it. I'm probably never gonna have it. So, it's got to be bourbons that we've had.
My stimulus check is not going to be that large.
Right. So, one of the criterias is, semi-affordability. I think that value plays a huge part on liquor. And what's funny to me is I can go in a cigar shop and drop $50 on cigars,
And
not even bat an eye.
Yeah.
But then when I go into a liquor store, I'm like, ooh, a bottle's $60. Isn't that funny? You do
It's
that?
true. Yeah, it's true.
like it's like $60 for one bottle or $50 for 4 sticks.
I'll take 4 sticks, Pat.
Right. I mean, I'm always going to choose cigars over bourbon, but
Come
when I
on.
go to the bourbon, I want to get a really good bourbon at a really good price.
Yeah.
And, I know there's bourbons that I have found in the $27 to $40 range that just knock it out of the park.
I like how you said 27, like a $26 bourbon would be rot good. No, I don't want that. That's $26. What you got $1 more? What's 27? I don't want that. I don't want that.
I did that because when I was going down, I actually thought of a bottle and I was like, well, it's $27. That's my starting point.
I like that. I like that. 26 now. Leave that for the winos.
That homeless dude on the corner.
Yeah, he's got that $26 bourbon. I'm a step up. Who do you think I am?
You don't see me rolling around in a wheelchair.
Living in a refrigerator box. Come on, bruh. $26?
Hey, okay, 26 to 40.
27 is better.
See, even Larry agrees.
27 is better. You sound like Barry White. 27
I don't
is
even
better.
know, because I know and I love Dickel, the sour mash. It's $22.
I'm glad he put that on there.
Hey, it is
I love
one
what?
of, hey, that sour mash though, have you had it?
Oh,
It's like 22.
that wasn't you. Who was that? Who was that? Who was that had gave it?
I don't know, but dude, let me tell you right now, the Dickel is not like any mash you've
Who
ever tried.
was that?
It was phenomenal, and it was at $22.
See? Now that's $5 cheaper.
Okay, you know what?
20 to 45.
20 to 40.
20 to 40?
No, we're not going over 40.
Okay. Look at Larry.
Don't, go to 50.
Ooh. Says the man that has half
You know
the
what?
state of Texas.
You know what? All right. 20 to 50.
20 to 50.
No, we're doing 20 to 50.
20 to 50.
So, anyway, we're going to roll with 20 to 50, and we're going to come up with your best value, best bourbon
Okay.
that pairs awesome
in
with
that
cigars.
$30 range.
Right.
Okay.
20, yeah, in that $30 range.
Uh-huh.
But the key is that they all pair well.
Yes. It has to pair well
With
with the
cigars.
steaks. Yes.
Anyway, you're not going to want to miss next week when we come up with our top 10 bourbons with cigars.
I hear you.
You're going to see a lot of great values. You're going to see a lot of great.
yeah.
And you know what? Like, I'm even hesitant to put like Eagle Rare on the list. And I love Eagle Rare.
Just don't put that.
But how can you find it?
Just don't put that white dog, whatever.
Oh, I don't. White Claw.
White claw.
White Claw.
No, that stuff that was alcohol.
Oh, that was the
Something dog.
White Dog.
White. That's what I said.
Oh, well, you were right.
Here again.
Tell him what he wins, Bob.
$19.
So, yeah, the White Dog, which is Buffalo Trace's moonshine,
For real.
it's best used as starter fluid.
And to strip paint off the sides of your house.
Yeah, if you need ether.
Here it is.
Yeah. So anyway, guys, we got a lot of big stuff coming up. Make sure you go by the YouTube channel.
Yes, sir.
You're going to want to subscribe. You're going to want to like and leave the funniest comment that you can. Even if you think you're not funny, leave one because you know what? A lot of times
It might be. Yeah.
a lot of times people that think they're not funny
Are funny.
drop a bomb.
Yes.
Like my wife is not funny, but every now and then she drops one that I belly roll. I'm like, I don't
I would
know
love to hear
where
that.
that came from.
I would love to hear that because I'd be looking like, that's not from you.
Oh, dude, yeah, she's really hit me with some good ones,
I hear
and and one of the reasons that they're so much funnier is because I never expect it.
you don't expect
It's just
it.
like boom,
Like, what?
so exactly.
Got you, bro.
So, hey guys, we also want to say thank you to the Patreons. Our Patreons take care of us every month,
Yes.
and you know we
Keep the show moving
Yeah, they
forward.
really do. And we are doing a few new things with the Patreon. So if you'd like to check that out, look at the show notes. There's a link that goes down to the Patreon. You can check it out. And if you want to see who our Patreons are, check out the credits at the end of this video, and you will see each and every one of them. So anyway, guys, have a great week. And until next time,
Keep puffing.